pop up somewhere. All right, good Saturday morning to you, everybody. Guess what, people? We're together today. My boy Johnny
in the house.
In the house here on Sports Chat. We're so glad to be here this morning with you. You know, it's that time of year getting close now for March Madness. They call it March Madness. Be starting up. Matter of fact, I think Selection Sunday is next Sunday. This Sunday, though, remember now, tonight, you got to spring ahead so you can be on time for the show next week.
Oh, Jesus. That's
tonight.
Right.
Spring ahead tonight. You're going to lose an hour's sleep tonight. Spring ahead.
Already?
So tomorrow, this time, it will be 12 o'clock, not 11. How about that? All right. So don't forget tonight, spring ahead.
It's too early for this.
Too early for this. Unbelievable. But it's tonight. It feel like it was just yesterday that we went back.
They're like, didn't it just happen?
Didn't it just happen? Yeah.
Jesus
That's what you got to spring ahead on tonight. All right.
I mean, I'm actually cool with
that. So that means for you churchgoers tomorrow, that means don't be late.
Yeah.
You know, the fallback is always good because people be early that Sunday. But tomorrow, oh Lord. So don't be late.
It's Family and Friends Day.
Don't be late. So Make sure you're on time tomorrow at Church of Jesus Christ here in Albany, New York. 11:30 service starts. So make sure you spring ahead. 11:30 a.m. All right, be on time. He had no choice to be on time. He's dealing with me. I won't let him get in the hands of Lady Grace. Oh, I said that live on the show.
On the air. Beep it out. Beep.
So funny. All right, well, John, what's going on with you this week, man?
Man, I'm here. Glad to be here in Albany. I wish we could have went up to that Boston LA game tonight.
Man, that would have been nice.
I looked at some of the tickets.
The ticket price for in the nosebleed seats at TD Garden, which is actually like second to 200 seating area. They have like a bowl area, and then they have the what they call it like suplex or something. That's the big wig down front. Those were going at 2,500, and that was prior to the Luka trade.
Yeah,
and so when I look for tick back in January, I look, and that's the upper section, the upper section, the lowest up there was $450 for one ticket. And so that was January. Those are probably $850, $900 by now. Tonight, especially with the trade, and Boston's been playing well lately, and so no matter where, truth be told, no matter where the Lakers play, any arena they go to, the prices are always higher because
but them. This one, man, listen, could this be a possible finals?
Could be. But listen, now don't sleep on Cleveland, right?
No.
I'll tell you what I like about the Cavaliers, John. The Cavaliers have bigs.
Yes.
That are mobile,
yes,
right? And they don't need the ball per se as far as touches, but when they get the ball, they're very effective.
Yes, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, anybody that's been watching the show, that I am a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to fundamental basketball.
Yes,
and for as much pub as Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland get, Evan Mobley might be their most important player.
Evan Mobley, in my opinion. Well, now there's two people now on the Cavaliers that's gonna be that hinges upon their championship aspirations this year. Evan Mobley, number one. And then DeAndre Hunter, who they just picked up from Atlanta. Everybody, listen, okay, and let's face it, Luka is one of your 5 superstar guys in the league. But that DeAndre Hunter pickup by the Cavaliers, probably one of the best moves in basketball.
Stroke of genius.
Stroke of genius.
Because it's those types of trades that it's not usually the superstar trades that shift the fortunes.
It's that
of
piece of
it's
the puzzle
that missing piece
that you put in there.
It's the
That you put in
Rasheed
there.
Wallace.
The Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, it's those types of trades. So that was it. The Cavaliers are clearly going for it this year, and I like their chances. I think that Donovan Mitchell has shown more of being a team player this year than he has in previous years.
And what I do like though is remember the Cavaliers, because they had a lot of draft picks and they've drafted well, number one, right? And then they got rid of Bickerstaff, who's doing great with the Pistons.
He's doing a fantastic job with the Pistons.
But remember they had Sexton Collins, who got hurt in Cleveland, right? And then they drafted Darius Garland, right? And so those two really didn't mesh together because they're kind of one and the same type player, right? But then Donovan comes over, right, to Cleveland, and him and Garland have. And really, they're the same type of guard. They're not point guard, but they're scorers.
Right.
But they've meshed well together. And so here's the thing. The thing about the Cavaliers too is that everybody knows their assignment this year. And so
and that's culture.
When it comes to culture and the chemistry of a team, you can. That's the Denver. The Nuggets, although they're a good, solid team, but they no longer have that chemistry that they had the year when they won the championship. They had a chemistry. The bench, everything was in sync for them that year.
I think, listen, again, they're clearly going for it. I'm still, I kind of default back to Rudy Tomjanovich and never underestimate
the heart of a champion.
And so I'm still going to default to the champion until they actually meet on the court. And I know that Cleveland, I looked at the game the other day when Boston went up by 22 points and Cleveland came back and won the game. And so they're clearly here to stay. They have announced their arrival to the NBA and they're here. And I love the fact that, this is their most successful team post LeBron James that they've had. So I love it, man. I'm here for it.
Well, and I will say this though, that Celtic Cleveland game was that Cleveland come all the way back, and again, never get too excited really in an NBA game when it's two solid teams of what happens in the first quarter per se. But with that same token, Boston was without in that game. They didn't have Porzingis or Holiday. Which Holiday would make even a bigger difference because he's gonna be guarding defense. He's gonna be guarding Spider or either or Garland. One of the two. So he makes a big difference. For somebody who's not splashy, that Holiday is a solid player.
He's as solid as they come.
Solid as they come.
So
solid.
I won't pretend that didn't make a difference, but I like the team ball that Cleveland plays, and they're going to be again. I don't know that experience won't trump them because Trump. So
it's okay. It's okay.
Let me find a different word.
There's other meanings. There's other meanings to the word.
Different word. I don't know that experience won't get the better of them in the end because I do believe Boston, when they are fully healthy, when they are a force to be reckoned with. But this is going to be a fun playoff this year. I think Cleveland. They go right at the heart of Boston's strength. They're the most efficient 3-point shooting team in the league. Cleveland, I think they have like 3 people that's above 40%.
Yeah,
in 3-point
I think
shooting.
The Wade kids.
So yeah, they're gonna be a tough out, man.
Well, and then and again they got the shooters. Again, right now their team is just in sync.
Yeah,
it's in sync.
It's
now
pretty to watch.
What I would be interested in seeing is everybody knows when it comes to playoff basketball, you have to defend. You have to defend. Have more half court game. That makes what's the name? Matter of fact, last night even the Joker. The Joker goes for 30 points, 20 boards, and 22 assists. Are you kidding me?
He's insane.
What is that all about,
and
John?
But here's what's so unbelievable about the Joker. He's not particularly athletic.
No.
Not in super tip-top shape.
No. Well, body-wise.
Slow as molasses.
So, and can't jump.
Can't jump above the curb.
But I tell you, years ago, and you remember him, and all you guys remember. You remember Chris Mullin?
Of course.
Chris Mullin can't run.
The most unathletic dude.
Not athletic at all. Couldn't jump. Right. But two things. In any sport that you play, the key ingredient is what they call hand-eye coordination.
That's it.
Mullins has some of the quickest hands
he did.
I've ever seen.
He did.
Right? I mean, and so, I should wonder, how does that work, John? You're slow as molasses, but you got quick hands. Right? Right? And so, Joker the same.
Yeah,
he got quick hands. Don't blink either. You got to be ready at all times because he'll find you. What I love about him is that, again, it's so easy for him, like nonchalant. It's like he's not even trying hard.
That's the thing. He makes it look so
easy,
effortless.
Yeah, it's like, and like I said, he's slow, and that's what I found out about Luka. Right?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
The other
slow,
heavy. The other day, I'm watching the Lakers game. Right? Luka they get a board, they pitch it out to Luka. I'm like, run.
His vision though is
God, impeccable.
His that. Or if they had just a really
listen, people don't talk about this man nowadays as much as they used to or even should. He's kind of took a back page to all the GOAT talk and everything, but I have to tell you, when I was a young teenager in my early 20s and 30s, right, there was a ball player. He played in Boston. And he got on my last nerve. And how it started, this is how it started from, okay. When you're a teenager in middle school, right, and is March Madness time, right? So everybody's into basketball, right? And whatever team is hot, the kids are we're finally back outside at the park calling out names. But the one year, it was Magic Johnson, or Irving Magic Johnson at Michigan State University, not the U of M, but Michigan State University, the Spartans, right? They were actually, this was their second year around, because the year before they lost, I think, in the Elite Eight. They didn't get to the Final Four. They lost in the Elite Eight. So Magic actually was going to come out his freshman year. He was picked by the Kansas City Kings. Remember the Kings?
Yes, the Kansas City Kings.
The Kansas City Kings selected him.
I remember them.
And the story has they offered him $250,000. Wow, right?
Which was a lot at the time.
And so back then, that was a lot of money. 1979, right? 200. That's $250,000 for somebody who grew up in Lansing, Michigan, right, whose father worked at the GM plant,
right.
And on his hustle was collecting garbage, right? And Matt used to be on the truck with him, so he was like, "Cool." He said, but his father took him outside. He said, "If that's what they're offering you now, that'll be around next year too, right?" And so he goes back to Michigan State.
Bet on himself.
right? And then somehow the Lakers got a coin flip with Chicago with the Bulls, and they end up winning. And because he went back instead of coming out, because KC had the first pick that year, he ends up going to Lakers. But that tournament year, NBC used to have the March Madness back in the day, and they did a great job. One of the songs, I don't know if everybody remember the song. I forget who's the artist, but it was called "Do You Believe in Magic?" Do you believe in magic? Yeah. In the younger heart, right? And so they were marketing it as, can the Magic pull a bird out of his hat? Right? And they had Magic in the tuxedo, right, with the big top hat. And he had the cane. He was tapping it, and up comes out of it was Larry Bird, right? And so think about, so you're in middle school, and yeah, you know, it was kind of racist, right? Because all the white kids that played ball, right, for the majority, they're hollering Bird. Bird was their guy, right? But for us, you better believe
the hick from French Lick.
The hick from French Lick is what they call it, right? And their games were very similar. They both were 6'9", right? Bird was the shooter back then, but his passing, IQ, and don't get it twisted. Now they say he can't jump, but he'll boom it on you if you let him.
Yeah, I've seen him dunk on
people. And so nobody really talks about Bird. Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? They be talking about their top 10 and everything. For me, an 80s kid, 70, 80 kid, you cannot, for me, I cannot have a basketball discussion about top 5, top 10 and leave Larry Bird out. I just can't do it.
Absolutely.
I can't do it.
Absolutely.
Can't do it. And even the guys in his era would tell you, he trash talked, but he backed it up, right? And it just, I mean, the greatest 3-point contest, right? Bird comes out with his shooting jacket on. He don't even take it off, right? He's in the final round, right? He's doing the money ball, right, on the side. He needed the last one to go in to win. Bird take the shot and just put his finger up. Once he let it go, in the you ever seen somebody do a follow through like this? He had the finger ready on the follow through.
He was ready for it anyway.
You know, I listen. I know your boy is Curry. You know, the night, right? Night. But Bird said, and he wins the 3-point shootout.
So, Mr. Old NBA. Just walking down memory lane like that, man. That's just.
And so, for me, I can't again. But Bird, like the Joker, not the fastest or a fleet of feet, but quick hands.
Yeah.
Good IQ. Could you imagine Joker playing with Bird?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I look at because you know what I'm saying. You try to study somebody to the point where you're looking at them like, okay, what's your secret sauce?
Yeah. How are you so effective?
How are you so 30 points, 20 rebounds,
and 22 assists? That's
insane.
Insane.
That's a video game.
Insane.
Is he the front runner MVP?
Well,
or Shea?
Here's the thing. Since Joker has already won, he won 3, right? He won 2 or 3.
4.
Yeah. So because they gave it to Embiid that one year.
Yeah. It should have been 4.
But I had to give it. I had to give it to Shea this year only because of Oklahoma's record.
Yeah.
And let's face it, he's the main clog in that wheel.
I'm still not sold on them. I don't know.
Well,
and I should be. They haven't given any basketball reason for me not.
I tell you why. I tell you why.
Well,
I tell you why. Nobody's ever sold on the even when they had the KD and the Westbrook and the Harden. Nobody was sold on Oklahoma.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. There's no doubt about it.
Maybe if they were still in Seattle.
How can you have the second best record in the league and it's like nobody cares?
Like even if
everybody talking about they're young. I want to see them in the playoff. No, let's just face it. It's the Oklahoma City. If it was the Lakers or the Warriors,
I'm picking the Lakers. I just don't. And maybe they'll prove me wrong. I mean, they've been to the finals.
Yeah. Well,
it's not like they haven't.
But again, that's not this group, though.
Yeah.
And this group has no attachment to that group.
No. I just even when I watch them, it's just something about them that makes me feel like this is a regular season team. Yeah. I just don't. And maybe again, maybe it's just my personal.
I'll say this because in their build-up, I mean, because they did it the right way, right? They had picks for days.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Matter of fact, I think they still have picks to be.
They did.
It
was a Paul George trade.
So they had picks for that. But you go back and look over the course of last year and the year before that, the Lakers beat the Thunder with the AD and the LeBron squad.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been afraid of them just because of that.
Yeah,
because they would beat them handily. Wasn't really close games. Now I don't know have they played yet this year? Yeah, I think they played a couple weeks ago and the Lakers won, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think.
It just the court. With the one,
put my finger on it, man.
Because they're from Oklahoma. Stop it, people. Stop it. That's what it is.
It's just like
look.
Maybe if they were still in Seattle, I would feel
different. Let's think about this.
I'm sorry if anybody that's from Oklahoma. I'm not trying.
No, wait, we're not. Yeah, we're not.
But
we're not. I mean, I've been to Oklahoma. Spencer.
Spencer, Oklahoma.
Don't come at me, Tobias and Clark. You guys, my guys. You're my guys.
Clark Gaines, what's
up? But again, it's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Let's just put it to you this way: if somebody says to you, John, I'm giving you tickets to a game, right? You get to go see the Lakers at Crypto Arena, or we're gonna send you to whatever their name of their arena is now. It didn't change about 500 times. We're gonna send you to Oklahoma City to a Thunder game. Who are you picking? In your sleep, you picking the LA.
Yeah, the Lakers, absolutely.
Because you're thinking, okay, well, what I'm gonna do after the game's over with?
I'm not going to Oklahoma.
See. So and I think because they're so well, it goes unnoticed, right? I mean, okay, let's look at it this way. 2 of the last 4 championships, right? One was won by Denver, and one was won by Milwaukee. Right? Who remembers that really outside of Denver and Milwaukee?
It doesn't really register.
Hasn't registered.
You're right.
It hasn't registered, right? And who did Milwaukee beat? Miami? No. Phoenix. Right, okay. So they beat Phoenix, right? So they beat Phoenix, and Denver beat Boston. No, Miami. Denver beat Miami, right? But again, they hasn't registered. They were the NBA Finals champion, right? But if you ask somebody who's been the best champion, they'll probably even say Boston. because it's Boston.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
but is that like?
Well,
is that prejudice on our part? Because,
well,
it
has to do with market, right? Let's just face it. Denver's not a major market. Milwaukee, come on.
Neither was like San Antonio though. But
but here's the thing: what San Antonio did, which Denver or Milwaukee haven't done yet, they won multiple championships.
Yeah.
So they put themselves in that upper echelon because they continued to win. As you know, one of the major things they talk about in sports is dynasties, right? Yeah. They built a dynasty in so much that any place else, I don't care. New York, LA, Boston, I don't care how great a coach you are. If you're not winning, you're not still around.
That's true.
And so
they will not tolerate that. That's true.
What's the name? What's the guy name in San Antonio? What's the coach? Pop over the last 10, 15 years, right? He ain't won nothing.
Well, I think that's more to do with the game than his coaching. I don't.
But I'm just saying. Yeah. He's still the coach. This is a
completely different NBA.
Yeah, but he's still the coach. I don't
know why he's still coaching.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, LA, Boston, New York, you're not the coach. Yeah. You can win a championship. Matter of fact, Milwaukee won the chip and they got rid of Budenholzer.
That's crazy.
Milwaukee, not New York, not Boston, not LA, Milwaukee.
But don't you think, and I think, see, social media has changed, and it's totally amped up the pressure on people, athletes and franchises.
Well, let's face it.
It's giving a voice to the average fan that they didn't have years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just like the pressure and the bubble that these guys are under 24/7 with everybody having these
and their own podcast.
Yeah, it's just right. It's a different.
Don't forget Sports Chat every Saturday, 11 o'clock. But yeah, no doubt about it. Is what I do love though is the opportunity to do what we do when it comes to something that we love.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? What a great medium to have.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with. I mean, you know, 30 years ago, Michael Jordan could boycott media.
Yeah,
he could
and get away with it.
Not to talk to that Sports Illustrated did that one article on him about when he went to play baseball, and it was like, and he for years, I don't know if he still didn't talk to there were reporters that would purposely hide information that they knew about him because he threatened not to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and again, the landscape for the media and the press has changed too because of social media, right? So back then when you had a story, for them, that was their life break, right? If they didn't put that story in the paper, if they didn't get that story to the press on time, right? And you have to be afraid somebody else might get it and publish
cut off. They were
correct.
And so it's such a different dynamic now. Look at the clip between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James.
Yeah. And people, listen. You know what cracks me up about this is, and I'm gonna say it because I'm a fan. LeBron is in the timeout of the game. You're in the middle of the game. It's the third quarter of the game. He gets up from the bench
and
goes to address the social media mega media magnet now. He goes and address him in the middle of a game, which at the time the team they were trailing. You don't do that.
Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I kind of defend, not as big a LeBron fan as I am.
Yeah, I mean, because he didn't say
he didn't. He's a professional athlete.
Correct.
Your son ain't off limits.
Correct. And he didn't say anything to belittle your son.
No.
Right?
He told the truth.
He told the truth.
Your son is in the NBA because of you.
And you know that, so just live with it.
You had the power and the leverage to make it happen. I don't criticize him for that.
Right.
Because we see a lot of these corporations
do
the same thing.
It's okay.
I don't have a problem with it.
And it's okay, LeBron. You won't go out this, but you better go get everybody else too. Then.
Yeah, but it's just
don't. I'm saying don't just stop at Stephen A.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's an easy target. He's the loudest guy on television. And
he's right there. But I'm saying there's all of the other folks talking too. You're gonna go get Kendrick Perkins. Right. You're gonna go get Gilbert Arenas. Right. Everybody know you don't like Jaylen Brown, right? Because what he said.
What did he say?
Oh, back in the summer league. During summer league, he go, his kids shouldn't even be in the league, he said. And so, I mean, everybody has an opinion.
I agree with that.
Well, here's my take on Bronny.
Go to the G League.
Here's my take on Bronny, though. Okay. First of all, I have no problem when a father has a business and he's doing well and he strings along his son. Especially especially my only problem is when the child is disrespectful to others because of his father's position.
Right.
That I just can't tolerate rudeness at any level. And I mean, I've seen it in levels, right. So that's just not, because I wasn't raised that way. I was raised to be respectful and, all that. And I've been in positions where I could have been stuck on myself, but you don't do that. You behave yourself in a good manner. And so Bronny is that way. He don't seem to be disrespectful, whatever. He's blessed to be alive.
Yeah. That was
right with the episode he had, cardiac episode he had. He shouldn't even really be playing basketball too much at any level. That what he experienced takes a normal person away from that type of activity.
Yeah.
And so for him to, I personally would have preferred him to stay another year at USC. And whatever, just so he could have been kind of a primary person. So because he's got skills, it's evident. He's doing well when he goes to the G League.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored 30 points a few nights.
Yeah, that's his level.
And again, for now,
I'm not saying it'll remain his level.
Right.
And I mean, and I think part of the reason why LeBron got so mad is because it was the truth.
Well, everybody gets mad at the truth.
Yeah,
they say, well, the old saying is the truth hurts.
Yeah, it was the truth. I mean, listen, if you've got the leverage to pull it off, by all means, do it.
Go ahead,
I don't have a problem.
No, I have problems.
But let's not sit here and pretend like he made it to the NBA on his own merit.
Yeah,
we don't have to do that. It's
okay
to admit that you pulled a few strings.
And I should have a problem. If I know what went down, why am I getting upset?
And I'm not one to defend Stephen A. Smith. I do think he said a lot of outrageous things at times.
Yes.
But this one,
he didn't say nothing bad. He told the truth.
He told the truth.
And
now that your son is so special that he can't be criticized.
And you got to understand, he's got to do it in a way to attract for his show. I mean, he did go, okay, LeBron, stop it. Just stop it. Right? We don't need all that. He don't need all that. But he's doing that for the show.
That's entertainment.
Yeah, correct.
But you can't think that your kid is so special
that is above being
it's a
criticized.
Grown man's game in a grown man's world.
And people gonna be critical all of his life.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
can't shield
let's delve into this, which I think is sad case. All right. Coming out of the combine, uh, the word on the street about Sador
Mm-hmm.
Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget the last name.
Of course.
People felt that kind of arrogant, uh, cocky, and conceited. Okay. Please, people, by all means, don't grade Shador off his dad.
Right.
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 We're talking father son here.
Right.
All right. Give the young man. Matter of fact, they say in any sport, the one common denominator that does not lie is the tape.
The tail of the tape.
Right. They say the film does not lie. Okay. Uh, Combine, even everything, his landscape of what you used to do has changed. Right. In every area, your homes, your schools, everything. So I've never been a combine person. Uh, to me, my opinion upon it is like an open meat market. Uh, kind of remind me of slave trade, right? Where they bring the guys out, big muscle, and the master says, yeah, give me him, and this one here, right? And so here you at the combine. Cause remember now, these players at the combine are looking to be drafted, right? Not free agent, right? They're looking to be drafted, right? And so the drafters are the owners. So the owners are sitting up in the stands and their scouts and their coaches with their pens and paper saying, oh, he's 6'8", 330. He runs a 4.9. That's a big one. Yeah, we need him on our line. Right. And so again, it's all in that same mentality. Right. And so a lot of guys, because your top people are going to have their own pro day. When you come to where I am and evaluate me at my place with my receivers, right, under my roof, right, and you evaluate me there. So why should I do it twice?
Even then, I mean, I don't personally, I don't care for either the combine or the individual pro days, because I mean, to base somebody's draft, you got most of these guys, you got 3-4 years of tape in actual game
situation.
And you gonna downgrade a guy because he didn't run a 40 in a fast enough
time? With my equipment on.
That's foolish to me.
And in pro down, I got no helmet on.
Yeah.
I don't have no pads on.
I can see what you did and how you responded. And
your reaction.
How you ran routes and how you
all that is on the tape.
It's on tape. But I'm gonna bring you to this combine and I'm gonna drop you to the.
And I'm gonna project you forward from what because you did 20 sit-ups.
He jumped and touched the top.
Right, touched the chain. He had a good jump in there.
But that's again, and it's kind of and I don't want to move this show in the direction, but just to see how so much of it parallels the experience of Black people.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
It's just like
no doubt about it.
Like you say, a meat market, and I'm sitting here thinking like, first of all, you do an evaluate and you don't really realize, or you don't even know what you're talking about. I got a guy who threw 5 touchdowns in one game, and because that one day, this one little slice,
he was off.
He was off this one day, and you're gonna take that and throw away 3-4 years of game tape and game situations. That's
all
to me.
All people have really ever asked for is a chance.
Yeah.
Right. And so and not to get political and everything, but let's face it, our world and our society, everybody has not been given equal opportunity.
Not at all.
Right. Based on their talents and their credentials, even, right? And so now that they're all Shador's dropping, because of his attitude or whatever, just because the young man has confidence, and he did for y'all he stood in front of a mic. Imagine if he said, "I'm not talking to nobody."
Yeah. It's
and nobody. I can't. John.
It's the
Nobody.
young black man.
Yeah.
You shut up
That.
and see.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Nobody said a word when Eli Manning declares and tells the San Diego Chargers,
not working out.
I'm not coming.
I'm not working out for you. John Elway did it.
John Elway did it. Right. And John Elway leveraged his baseball prowess with that. Did. Right. The Colts. Right, so I'm not coming to Baltimore. If you select me, I'm playing baseball. Matter of fact, he went and played.
It's only a problem
but only a problem when we do. Right. And so again, though, Shador is Shador. He's not Dion. And here is the one thing about Dion, yeah, he talked a lot, he was confident, but he proved it on the field.
Yeah. Wasn't a better player at proving it.
Backing up what he said
on the field than Deion Sanders. And that's what drives them crazy about
no doubt about it.
Because they're waiting for you to fail, and then they watch you got the nerve to talk all of that.
And then you're gonna take it out on the kid. Yeah. And so
that's anti-Dion. I ain't got even nothing to do with shit.
Yeah, not exactly.
That's the backlash.
And it shouldn't happen to him. And then don't apply that to Hunter or to any other kids coming from Colorado. Yeah. Right? They gonna get less check marks because their coach was Dion. It's a shame. Absolute shame.
That's America.
But that's how it goes.
It's America.
Right? Some can and some can't. Right? Nobody's cautioning Elon. Oh, did I say that on the air too?
Say it again.
Oh my God. They might ban us from us. Oh, and we're on the Grace banner too. Soul Sisters might be in trouble.
Sorry, Soul Sisters.
Sorry, Soul Sister Network. But again, let's just face it. They do what they want, when they want, how they want to do it. Right? And so LeBron, you know how the system works, LeBron. So
shut up and dribble.
That's what they apparently right. And no matter what happens throughout Bronny's life, he's attached to you. He's gonna be criticized because of you.
I'm not worried about. Listen. If I'm first of all, LeBron was like, listen, he doing it because he love it. His thing was, look, it ain't like he need the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I wanted him to be the CEO of my many companies,
I can give it to him.
Obviously not.
And nobody would be.
Now you talk about
nobody would be opinionating about that.
Yeah.
If he put him over Bron and LeBron.
But you too black to be talking like that. I don't care. You can be worth $1 billion. You can have all of the skill, and when it boils down to it, you ain't nothing but a what.
Wow! You heard it here on the SportsChat. At the end of the day, if you follow history, yes, we do have people of color on the Supreme Court and all that, but their getting in was not like the others. Let's just be honest.
Well, I mean,
they were scrutinized a little more so than the next.
But even with that, and I promise you, I'm not gonna talk politics too much. But for Clarence Thomas to come out against affirmative action is the reason why you are a Supreme Court justice. First of all, let's just talk. Here's
the thing.
You use affirmative action to get where you are.
People use it to get where they are, but then they want to act like it was them that got them.
You want to and burn the bridge that you crossed over on.
Right.
It's like I don't
because you're over now. You want nobody else to come.
I wish black people would. I mean, because if you look at the players in the NFL, 75% black. 75, a good between 70 and 75% black. If y'all don't want us to compete,
and let's keep this out there too. One of the only major sports where the majority of guys are still American players.
Mm-hmm.
as compared to like
That's
baseball, and even the NBA. A lot of your guys are American born,
but it's people of color.
Yeah, right.
And I'm just like, when are we going to understand our collective strength and fight back at these powers that want to use us for our talents,
but not for our minds.
But not for our minds.
Yeah,
it's okay for 80% of the league to be black, but we only have 2 black
because in their mind that's all we're good for.
Yeah, run, jump, move,
dance, and sing.
So same story.
Yeah, no, it's the truth.
Same story. Sorry, y'all.
And
I'm off my
and here's the thing too. Back on my stand is whenever they get someone with the same talent, right, or ability, then they say, then they compare him to whoever of us.
White chocolate.
Right. Why can't he just get the credit for his ability? Right.
We know it. We know what's going on with y'all. Don't even act like.
I mean, because even when it comes to Bird, the guys that played with him, what they would say, oh man, that boy good. And then you hear this comment though, he got a little brother.
Yeah.
Right. So in other words, we feel you can't play.
What are you
unless you're a
brother? But you're acknowledging the superiority of black athletes when you
say something like that, right?
But it's all good.
It's all good. I mean, you got brilliant people. Let the person be blessed because of who they are and what the capabilities they have. Right. But then don't go shortchanging people because you mad at me. You're gonna keep Dante out. It's not right.
Yeah, that was total. And I'm not saying that maybe some of Deion's confidence. I'm not even calling it arrogance. Confidence rubbed off on Shedeur.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, and as it should, because as his father, it was his job to build up his son with confidence. Yeah. I mean, and then again, instead of getting credit for being a father, an involved father, not just a donor, right? But no, you knock him because his kids got confidence.
It's just
right.
Just can never do right. You know what
I'm saying? Listen, I thought my name was something. I thought the Thomas name was something. I realized no, it's just Thomas. But I was raised believing I was somebody because I was a Thomas. What's wrong with that?
I mean, Bronny James, your father, you are LeBron James' son.
Yeah.
There's going to be a certain
no matter what you do.
Yeah, and so
right.
Again, I'm okay.
And here's the thing: if LeBron is not a basketball player, the common person is going to ask him, "You don't play basketball?" Yeah, exactly. You don't play basketball.
What happened, Marcus Jeffrey Jordan?
Yeah, right. Right.
What happened?
Right. Right. You didn't get none of your father.
So, if you do or if you don't.
I mean, right now, I wish I got some of my aunt Jean. She know how to play the organ. She was an organ player at her. I
don't know.
And damn, why you didn't help me?
Yeah, my daughter can sing. She's definitely didn't get it from me.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 children that sing exceptionally well. I'm not a soloist. I mean, I used to sing I could keep a tune. I was a good tenor.
Good congregation. That's about all you.
But I never consider myself a soloist. I led songs in the choir, but I wasn't a soloist, right? But I'll make it. Listen, don't play with me now. I'll get out there. You better believe it. They might laugh at me. My family might laugh, but I'll get out there. You know it. I mean, I used to tell my kids, look, I can do Kurt Franklin, right? Or what's my other one?
I know what you're talking about. James.
No. I need Jesus down in my soul. What's his name? Oh my God, Lawrence. Something Lawrence.
Oh, Donald Lawrence. Donald Lawrence.
Yeah. I can root y'all on. Yeah. Sing, family.
Right.
Oh, I feel Jesus, family, down in my soul. I could do that. I could back it. Sing, Mariah. Come on. Come on, BB. Right.
Bottom line,
Dante, it's your turn.
Kids.
Yeah, don't take it out on the children. And that happens across the board. Even being a pastor, right? Your family is under attack. They're not even the pastor.
They're not even the pastor. That's the crazy part. But they get it all
because of who they're attached to.
It's cool. That's just the
right.
way it is.
And you know, to take it personal, you know, okay, you stood up for him. Okay, LeBron, fine and well, but not in the third quarter of an active game that you were losing it at the time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. I won't question what he did as a father.
No,
because even Stephen A. acknowledged, he was like, what you saw was not an athlete, but it was a father.
Yeah,
coming to protect his son.
Right, and
here's the thing, and it's like you said, you kind of alluded to it earlier. So you're gonna chase down everybody that
don't just again. You're gonna be doing that for eternity. Right, you're gonna go back to that fifth grade teacher that said Bronny's not reading up to his level.
But here's the thing, it's not like, again, and I do not carry water for Stephen A. Smith. I don't want.
Listen, folks. He's not on the Cleveland. He's not on the Stephen A. fan club.
Do not carry water for Stephen A. Smith.
But he didn't do anything wrong.
Tell me what was wrong with what he said.
Nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing.
Point out what was wrong with what he said.
Not a thing.
You can't shield it. This is a grown man's game.
Yeah.
This is the NBA. Your son is a professional athlete.
Right.
He can be criticized.
And he's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You of all people should know that.
Correct.
And I get
the next one, the great one.
Your instinct as a father is to want to protect your children from the, but you can't have it both ways. You can't put him in a grown man's world and then
you have to know like a kid. You have to know when and how to go about it. Yeah, that's the beauty of a parent, right? Is okay. There was times my kids I couldn't protect them because they were wrong. Yeah. Right, and so you gotta use wisdom,
and I think he did it on purpose because LeBron James, though, every move he make, the camera is on him. Yeah, so of course, a moment where he's talking aggressively to Stephen A. Smith is going to be captured on camera.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? Like Stephen A. Look, Rich Paul got my phone number. If you really wanted to discuss this, but you had an audience.
Like I said, you had a third quarter timeout.
Come on, man.
And you're losing. And
I'm the biggest Bron fan you will find. But come on, bro. You knew exactly what you were doing when you did that. Yeah. You knew the cameras was gonna follow you over to Stephen A. Smith.
Calculated.
It was completely
because again, he didn't just get to that seat in the third quarter.
Exactly. Right. So
I
don't have a problem with what Stephen A. did. And
not at all. I mean, and he's just doing his job.
I don't think he's very objective, especially when it comes to people like Michael Jordan. But what he did could fall under the umbrella of professional objectivity and journalistic objectivity. LeBron James Jr. is an NBA athlete. He draws a paycheck
professional from the Los Angeles
Lakers.
Signed by what's her girl name?
Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie Buss.
You are a professional. You are a grown man in a grown man's world, professional athlete. Yeah, I'm gonna look at you. Look, bro, you didn't even start at USC. You averaged 6 points a game at USC.
Well, and I'll agree with this statement that I heard too. The fact that if you want people to be quiet about your ability, then get on the court and shut them.
Yeah, he's shooting like 9% from the three. Come on, man. Let's not pretend like he earned his way to the NBA. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to say.
I mean, you're not the only one that probably that's in the league that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You won't be the last.
I mean,
but come on.
You know, this is probably what they meant by DEI hire. Not that I have a problem with DEI, but I'm just saying, this is the ultimate. I didn't deserve the job that I got, but I got it.
And well, I'm quite sure all of us at some point, I've had positions that I didn't qualify for, but I proved myself worthy of it from the work that I did.
Just so anybody would misunderstand, that's not what DEI is. DEI does not look to hire unqualified people. That's just the spin that they've put
on it, correct,
to try to get rid of it. That's not, nor has it ever been that.
You know, there's an objective behind these things that are going on. Number one, right, to put people back in a place that they feel people should be in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a system that's not happy with people where they've advanced to.
Exactly.
So they want to put them back where they feel they belong.
This is where you belong, right here.
Correct.
No further. Stay right here.
Correct.
And
I mean, and that just that's a societal culture, somewhere everywhere.
That's this country,
you know. And so that's how
you're other.
How it works. How it works. Well, John, man, I'm telling you, it's been great having you actually
in the house.
Actually, I think I like it live like this
is cool,
because
kind
of bounce and even flow, right? Very I love it.
Next time you're in Detroit, we'll do it in my house.
We'll do it live in the D. I don't know when I'm coming to Detroit either. I gotta get to Detroit. It's been 2
years
have
no now. Meetings coming in.
No, none coming up in the D. Our next places are not the D.
Okay. No. My man, I talked to Lee. He told me y'all were going to.
We're going to Arizona in 2 weeks. We got the next, and then they're going to Kansas in June, and then Cali. In September.
Berkeley,
yeah. You ought to come out to Berkeley. All right, so we love you. Next week, it'll be Saturday before the brackets come out, but we'll be doing some bracketology.
Yeah, we'll be in the throes of the conference tournaments.
The tournaments next weekend. See how those shape out. Who and maybe a lesser team might get on a run. Who's outside the tournament period? You never know. Look at poor North Carolina State, right? Final Four participant last year. I mean, they've hit like rock bottom this year, and nobody talk about that, right? That you hear more about Carolina being on the bubble than North Carolina State falling off the cliff.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about their name brand. Well, what's the name on that shirt, right? And so with that, going back to the Thunder, right? You would think KD and them stood on the Thunder. No respect it, but they playing well. What's the name should get MVP this year. He's had 3 years in a row now of excellent basketball.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
You know,
if for no other reason they want to diversify, I think Joker could make
you can't deny what Joker has done,
but. They get tired of giving it to the same. That's why LeBron haven't won one.
Correct. Because back in the day, in my opinion, every year should have been either Magic or Larry Bird. Yeah. And they didn't get it every year, but
the year Derrick Rose won it, LeBron should have won it that
year. Yeah, he should have won it that year.
The year James Harden won it, LeBron should have won it.
Yeah, no doubt. So, and then when Westbrook won it, I mean. That was ridiculous.
First guy to add to the
just absolutely ridiculous. But again, it's how you play the game, right? I think what our problem is, and that's another thing too about when you get the comparison of LeBron and Mike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike just looked so graceful doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the eye test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I'm watching again, LeBron. He talked about he's ball dominant and everything, but I'm watching the game, because I watch a game to see the nuances of the game,
mm-hmm.
right? And so I'm looking to see how he's handling, what's he doing without the ball. I'm telling you now, holy Lord Jesus.
Watch out, NBA.
Unbelievable.
It's about to be in trouble.
I mean,
off ball
when you can take off and run and not have to worry and know you're going to get it.
And you know you're going to get it in stride.
In stride?
That Luka, he's a quarterback on that.
And
he can do all of that.
And
I'm saying, 30 points.
I'm saying, dang, man, I wish LeBron was 36.
Man, if this was Miami Heat LeBron.
Oh gosh. I mean, just unbelievable. All right, well, we got to run. We love you here on Sports Chat.
Peace out.
Our boy, you know, he blows it up all week, but then on Saturday we can't find him. We can't find all week. We got a group chat, and he's the main one.
Right.
He do all the posting. all week, every day except for Saturday. Well, he posts, but he just didn't show up this morning on the show. We gotta blow him up. We gotta blow him up. All right, we out. We love.
Peace out.
Have a good day.
Get that little slap in at the end.
Gotta put it in.